Welcome back to the Bead Table, and today we are making a bracelet based around this gorgeous ceramic focal bead. It is a butterfly and it is absolutely stunning. I love the colors. Made by Damiana Studios in Bulgaria. So this has traveled a long way to be here today, and I want to design all around it. So we've got some Mongolian agate, peach moonstone, candy jade. We've got some Czech glass, bicones and rondelles, some crystal quartz, Czech glass flowers, Czech glass purple beads that I found, some amethyst. Did I say amethyst? I don't know, but if I did, it's worth mentioning twice because it's awesome. We've also got some hematite. This is making a mess on my mat. And then we've also got these two little beads right here that we're going to use to kind of hide our larger hole on this ceramic bead. I've got a 12-inch piece of the soft flex beading wire in medium, and the color is satin silver. And then I've got my jump rings, my wire guards, my crimp beads, stopper beads. I've got a couple of backup plans for spacers with the Miyuki rounds in this color 4461, which is like a really pretty peach, and then some silver, galvanized silver. And I don't know what I want to do yet. I just know that I want this ceramic bead as the focal and the Mongolian agate to be the star of the show. I felt like these things all went together really pretty. Like it's just a spring mix of colors with the peaches and the grays and the purples. Like I just feel that makes a stunning color palette right there. So I'm excited to use it. Now, if I don't lose everything, the first thing I want to do is get this coin bead in the center of the bracelet so we can start putting some beads around it to see what we can come up with. I do want to put on these little faceted peach beads first. These came out of Rachel's Favorites bead box from last month. And it's a darker tone of peach, but I feel like it blends right in with the color palette, so I want to use those. Also, because I didn't really have a lot of beads that filled those holes as much as these did, they have like a little bit of a tapering on the end, and so they worked out really well. And right off the bat, I want to get some Mongolian agate on there, these bigger ones. These are 10-inch. 10 inch. I always say inches. I don't know why. 10 millimeter beads. And these are like a grayish purple. And I want to just put them on right away because I want to use the bigger beads towards the center of the bracelet so they're not on the underside of the wrist when you wear it. Now, I don't know how I feel about those peach beads, but we're going to keep on going and seeing what the final result looks like before I make any type of judgment. But they do match with the wings. These are hand painted, by the way. This butterfly is hand painted. I love butterflies. It's like my favorite. Butterflies and dragonflies. Next, I think I want to put on a pop of color with these amethyst. Like that. And those are 8 millimeter amethyst. And look at the faceting on those. They just sparkle. So pretty. We got something similar in the Lavender Love box. That was the bead box for this month by Sam's Bead Shop. But I also had some of my own because I love amethyst. And then I think I want to put on these purple. These are Czech glass, I do believe. But I kind of want to finish out the purple just like right like that. That is really pretty. I still don't know about those peach though. I kind of want to do purple. I wonder if I have any purple beads that I can use. These have like a opal AB coating look to them with some silver. Let's see. Now those might actually be a good fit. Oh, okay. We fixed the problem. These are 4mm Czech glass, and they have like a opal type center, and then they have silver around the edges of the bead, and those fit in there like a glove. So let me get this other one on, and I think that that's going to be, oh my gosh, perfect. Okay, let me get these out of the way. Now let's do the Mongolian agate in that smoky light purple. There's just a hint of purple, but predominantly it looks almost gray. Oh, that is so much better. So much better. Okay. That is gorgeous. And instead of doing all that purple, I think I'm going to switch it up then and do the peachy tones so that we have, let me get 2 more of those beads. I'm actually just going to leave them up here just in case, because then everything will tie together super nicely. There's 1, 2, and that finishes that pattern out really nice. I like that a lot. Then I want to bring in the peach. So we'll do a large peach like that with the Mongolian agate. And then a smaller one like this. I wonder if we should do a different color though. Or should I leave it? I think I'm going to leave it. Because there is some cloudiness in there as well, like a little bit of white. So that kind of gives it some contrast like that. I think this is going to have to be a 2-strander as well, because I kind of want to do like a dainty, just peach and purple second strand. Let's go ahead and throw these hematite on there like that. I always like to add like a metal looking element to my gemstones. I feel like it really balances everything out. And I like the sparkle that that hematite brings. And then I've got these little spacers that we can use as well. I wonder though, should we put the crystal quartz first? Because it's a little bit bigger than the hematite. Yeah, I like that better. It blends it out a lot nicer with that quartz in there. Plus that's another sparkle factor. So having those 2 right next to each other, sparkly. Now let's do the smaller hematite after the large hematite. And then this part we can do with the peaches, like the candy jade. Let's see what that looks like, because I really want to make sure I put that pop of color in there as well. But it almost feels forced. I don't think that I like that with the palette as much. No, I don't. Like this. And I think I will get those seed beads and put them in between, and that could be the lighter pop. Yes, that is what, well, let's see where we're at. We are at almost 6. So let's get some of these. And we'll put those in between the moonstone. In between. Oh yes, I like that a lot actually. Some of the peach moonstone. Let's do, where are we at now? I feel like we need to stop right there actually. And that looks really cute. Okay, let's stop here. This is what it looks like. So we've got the peach moonstone, some hematite, crystal quartz, Mongolian agate, our cute little Czech glass beads, and then our amethyst and Mongolian agate. And then we'll make a second strand and it will be absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I went ahead and I closed off my first strand using the Mongolian agate and the amethyst and the peach moonstone. And it was a little bit of a struggle to get the wire through the peach moonstone twice to close it off. So I know that I want to end my second strand with maybe the bicone because the hole is a lot bigger and I feel like it won't be such a struggle. So I'm glad you guys didn't have to see that. I'm working on the second strand and I want to make it a lot more dainty than the first one. First of all, because I want it to offset that ceramic bead. I don't want it to be a huge bead behind it so that it pushes the coin over so much. So I'm using the smaller beads on this strand, and I've got those Czech glass flowers, some of the purple Czech glass beads, some of the crystal quartz, the peach moonstone, and now I'm just going to do a series of seed beads. I did the purple and peach, and I want to close off that element of the design with 2 more hematite beads. And then I think I'm going to, let's see where we're at in length. Okay, we're at 5 1/4. So I think this is what I'm going to do. Moonstone, bicone, moonstone. Come on, get on there. There we go. Okay. Let's see where this is at. It's just right. Perfect. Except I don't want to end with the moonstone. Let's switch it around. Let's do bicone, moonstone, bicone and see. Bicone, moonstone, bicone. I don't think it should be too long. It should be about the same, right? Right at 6.5. We're going to use it. All right. Let me put my bead stopper on. So let me tell you why I was so eager. I need 2 more bead stoppers to get on here and bead today. Well, first of all, let me tell you, yesterday I had recorded for about an hour doing a bead haul video, and I edited it, and I don't need these. And then I was getting ready to upload it, and so you have to, this is technical terms, but you have to download it first before you can upload it to YouTube. And it would get all the way to, what am I looking for before I keep yapping? I got my bead stoppers. It got all the way to like 90-something%, and then it would stop. And it turns out that I don't have enough space, even though I have deleted everything that would take up space on here. And there's tons of room for whatever reason. I guess because I filmed it in too high of a definition that it just took up so many gigs of space. And so now I have to purchase a external hard drive. Okay, so expenditures that I just don't want to do, but I have to because I want to make videos. So that was yesterday. And then today I get a notification from Sam's Club saying that my pickup order will be ready between 5 and 6 p.m. I'm like, what are you even talking about? I didn't make an order. Well, it turns out somebody got into the app under my name in Maryland, and they decided that they were going to order $460 worth of groceries from Sam's Club using my app with my credit card information that I had in there saved. Now, I didn't really think that you could hack an app like that and just log in, but apparently they did. I didn't ask too many questions because I was too busy trying to cancel everything. I canceled their order, so if they go to pick it up today, it will be canceled. Haha, joke's on you. And the transaction didn't go through, but I still had to close my card, get a new one, and now I have to transfer. And it's like my main card that I use to pay bills and everything. So now I have to go through, find out which bills come out automatically and change it to the new card when it comes. So that was frustrating. And then on top of that, I got my tax information back, which was late because they did whatever they did and didn't do it in time. And I ended up having to pay this year, not like a super lot, but I had to pay. And that hasn't happened before in like a very long time. So I was bummed about that. And so I just like was like, I have to get home and I need to bead. Like the need to bead is here. And so here I am. But while I started getting my stuff together so that I could do a video, hopefully it will download and I have enough space until tomorrow when my drive gets here. But I got an email notification from Sam's Bead Shop saying, hooray, you are now a pro shopper and you get a special discount code. So that was awesome. But then I realized that they gave me a credit that went all the way back to when my code should have been active. So I have a credit that I get to use for tonight's live sale. How awesome is that? So Sam's Bead Shop came in clutch today and saved me from having a really bad day. All right, so here are our strands, and I just want to show you up close how pretty those go together. Well, first of all, let's see if we can trim this guy a little bit more. I should be able to get in there. Oh yeah. Did I get it? I think so. All right. So back to what we were doing. The moonstone ties in really nicely together. The beads are perfect for that offset on the main focal, and I feel like I just am in love. I love these colors together, the peaches and the purples. So this makes me happy also and saves the day. My nerves are shot, but this right here, this is amazing. So let's get it put together so that it is one cohesive piece. I need to get a magnetic clasp. I want to do a heavy duty one because I do not want this one to fall off. So we're going to get out the big boy. And this is my piece. Like I have one more of these focals. Where is it? Here it is. I have one more that I'm going to use for another bracelet. I'm probably going to try to mimic this one as much as possible because it's really, really pretty. But this one's for sale and this one is for me. So I'm sorry, but I haven't even begun listing my Etsy stuff. I still have to do that, but I will do it soon, I promise. I don't think I'm going to go back though and do the pieces that I've already made. I feel like I want to just make the videos and then list those pieces. But we will see. I have some really cute stuff too, so I might change my mind on that. All right, close this up. Give it a squeeze and then a pinch. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, you guys. It fits like a glove and it feels good. And these little beads right here are perfect. Oh, I'm so excited. That is absolutely gorgeous. I hope that you guys like this as much as I do. It's just, sometimes a plan just comes together and it just feels so good. And that is what I feel like has happened today with this bracelet, with the outcome of everything. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and I will catch you on the next one. I hope y'all have a great week. Bye, y'all.